Hello and welcome back to the ADHD Girls podcast with me, Claire.
And me, Laura.
And we join you today from a park, sitting out in the balmy evening sun. It's cooled down a bit now. It's been quite unbearable with temperatures and just not getting enough sleep. And it sort of has a cumulative effect. I feel like I'm really quite drained from, it sounds weird to say it, just a bit of heat. But, if you're not getting any sleep, it sort of builds up, and by the end of the week I'm just feeling utterly like I haven't really slept, and sort of like a brain fog, and kind of like
your body reacts again. It's not what we're used to, so it's still,
and I think
a process. The body's doing more of what it normally does: sweating, heart rate, everything.
Exactly. And
so
us being on the spectrum, we have much more sensory input. So for somebody else, they might be like, oh well, yes, it's a bit hot, but it's not uncomfortably hot. We are noticing every variation, and we're noticing that the fan's not on or the aircon's not on. Yeah, so we're going to carry on as we have been doing for the last few weeks, where sort of one of us talked a bit more, and the other listens and then gives some feedback on something that we might be struggling with. So today I'm going to be talking, and Laura's going to give me some ideas, of how I can work through something, or, using some coaching skills, a bit of counselling, just listening. And today I'm going to talk about sort of relationships and how difficult I can find relationships when they don't live up to how I think they should be run. Mm-hmm. And by that I mean, so I don't know whether it's the ADHD or autism or what, but I feel that things should be conducted properly. And by that I mean, when I'm in a professional relationship with somebody, there's certain ways that should be conducted. Mm-hmm. And I remember in the past I had a therapist many, many years ago who never used to stick to the time of the session, and she just used to text and say, oh, it might be this time, might be that time. And at the end I was just like, I'm done with this. Like, you don't hold me in any kind of respect to stick to the time. Mm. And it ruined a relationship that was actually really good. That we'd done a lot of good work in this therapy, but it just ruined it because I felt she didn't really value my time. And so other people might think that's okay. They might be quite happy to move things around, but I feel that it's quite a sacred space. That's, if you're having coaching or counselling somebody, you should maintain that time and that space and not change it last minute. So anyway, I've been working with a coach, and we met for a session the other week. And
how long have you been working with the coach?
Oh, so about 18 months.
Okay, so it's quite a long time. You've gotten to know each other. Okay.
Yeah. And I often talk about things that, going on in my life, and, the coach will take that in and we'll chat about all kinds of stuff whilst working together. Mm-hmm. And we kind of have our sessions set up with the time and everything. But on this particular occasion, I just got really, really wound up because they told me in this session that they were no longer going to be having any more sessions with me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know how to take it. I felt really wrong-footed. And what made it worse is that it's supposed to be like a private session, but the door wasn't there was no note on the door saying don't enter. And all these other people came into the room, and they were like, oh, hiya, and started chatting to the coach. And me. And I was like, absolutely, I didn't know what to do with this, but so if I talk through what happened, so basically I felt utterly like I've been punched in the throat because she told me I'm no longer going to be working with you. And I was like, that's not enough notice, okay, for me to get ready for that. And also, why didn't you tell me outside of the coaching? Because I could have had time to deal with it. And then the other thing is that all these people were coming into the room, and I was like, I now have to adjust my response because I've now got witnesses. And by that I mean, I wanted to say, oh, I'm really upset, but I didn't want other people to hear this because it was like quite a personal thing. I wanted to be able to say, actually, oh my gosh, that's come out of the blue. I'm really upset. And then all of a sudden there were these other random people in who I don't know. And I was like, oh, that wasn't expected. And then somebody had brought some children along with them. And the children were coming in and running in around the room. And I was just like, this is utter chaos. This was a space where we were meant to be working together. And I just picked up my stuff and walked out. And then she realised, she's like, oh, come back and, work on. But yeah, it just felt really, really rubbish. And so, like I say, it's a professional relationship, but we also have become friends. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like when I trust someone and have respect for somebody in my inner circle, I do have high esteem for people. I just felt like it really fell short of how I would treat somebody that I respected. And I just felt utterly, so not only did I feel disrespected, but I also felt really sad and I had to deal with this, like I'm going to miss this relationship. And then I started to feel like, oh, you're a bit of a loser. Like, why are you reacting like this? I didn't know. And I felt trapped in this room and I was like, I don't know where to go with this feeling. It just felt really, really horrible. I think it's a bit of RSD, which we've spoken before, which is rejection-sensitive dysphoria. I think if I'd been delivered the news in a different way, it would have been a different reaction from me. But also it was the fact that other people were coming in the room and I was just like, this isn't supposed to happen. This is supposed to be an hour where we work together. And then probably a little bit of justice sensitivity whereby I was like, well, this isn't very professional. And, this isn't how it's meant to be. So I just felt really crap. And I feel like I went from being quite calm to suddenly completely feeling out of control. And looking from the outside, you probably wouldn't have thought any different of me. Well, I've looked the same. But yeah, I was quite angry having to deal with all this and there was nowhere for it to go.
Okay, well, thank you, Claire, for sharing, because obviously these are very deep feelings and we're being completely unmasked, unfiltered. So thank you for sharing, because I think this is what, excuse me, this podcast is about. It's about really getting to the real. There's so much fake nonsense in this world.
That's right.
And I feel there's so much buried beneath everyone of people who are almost like, I don't know how to show feelings because everyone's fake or saying everything's fine. But I think this is what's beneath all of us. So you started off with feeling drained because obviously sleep, everything else.
Yeah.
Physically and mental, that will affect you. And I'm just thinking, maybe whenever we are drained, we do feel things more.
Yeah.
Because that's a normal, because like when I'm tired, I feel cold.
Yes. Oh gosh, definitely have that as well. Yeah. So if I'm cold, it's usually like you need a rest. You need a nap or something.
So I'm just thinking with the whole week, it could be you're feeling it more than usual because of what's
abnormal temperatures we've been having.
Abnormal temperatures, you're feeling a bit drained.
Yeah.
And something happens. Now, so this is basically, for me, it sounds like relationships. And I feel people with ADHD on the spectrum, they choose quality over quantity.
Yeah.
You have very few close friends, but they value those friendships. So it's really quality of like, if you are talking to someone, it won't be just, oh, well, because we work together or because of this, there will be a deeper connection.
You've chosen them
meaning
for a reason. Yeah.
There.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
For that reason, obviously, the emotional side of things will be more because it's not just any random person of like, well, I've known this person, but I don't really care about them. There's a value of, well, this person actually means something to me genuinely of, I want this person in my life. It's not because of, it's convenient or they're my cousin, so I have to hang out with them.
It's not transactional. It's you're getting a deeper meaning out of that.
Yeah, it's a genuine feeling of, I want this person in my life and there's attributes to them. And you also mentioned conducted properly. And I feel, again, this goes back to the justice. It goes back to how you should behave, because I feel we're always so on high alert about behaviour of what is acceptable and what is not.
I think it keeps us all safe if we have expectations of how something like work is work and outside of work is outside of work. I think we need to know, we do need to behave differently at work. Yeah, we do need boundaries to keep everyone safe.
Exactly,
if it's not held, it doesn't feel,
it falls apart.
Yeah.
Now, for me, what you were saying was there is people in your life, and I think as you go through life, you will encounter people who are unprofessional. And to me, it sounds like you've encountered a lot of people over the course of your life for many different aspects that have been unprofessional. It sounds like there's a build-up of that where you're kind of at a stage of like, I've had enough of this. And I don't want to deal with it. Especially on top of if it's a relationship that you value. Yeah. You kind of think, well, no, there's a reason you're speaking to this person. But over the years, people behaving unprofessionally, that block has been put there of, well, I don't want my friends to behave that way. And you also said it came out of the blue. So, and again, we were talking previously about change.
Yeah.
And so change out of the blue, but I think it links back to relationships, how you conduct yourself, being unprofessional. unexpected. And all of these, I feel, when you have whatever on the spectrum with big feelings, is completely what you're feeling is completely what your brain is built to feel.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's right or I don't know what the evolutionary reason is.
Oh, there'll be a reason for it. There definitely will be, because we wouldn't be here if there wasn't an evolutionary reason. Yeah.
So it's completely all of these things building up, and the map of what's going on is completely natural. And I feel, you didn't say it, but maybe there's a sense of betrayal there of you've betrayed my trust, you've betrayed our friendship, because for 18 months you've gotten to know this person, they're your friend, you spend a lot of time with them, you value the, what is the coaching session, and then out of the blue, this person drops something of, I'm not going to be continuing with this. And there is a level of unprofessionalism there, I feel, because I think if genuinely they could have said, look, I am just a heads up. I've been looking for other jobs, but I'll let you know if anything comes up. There's almost like a bit of a groundwork prepared there of, you might be then thinking, oh, okay, well, I might start looking around for someone else, or at least I know if it does change.
Yeah, because one of the strengths of autism, certainly for me, I feel, is that I can do loads of research. And if I would have had that heads up, it's like, right, I can deal with that. I'd be much better prepared and I will focus and hyper-focus on finding an alternative. I wasn't given that opportunity. It was out of the blue.
You need to deal with the strength.
Yeah.
Like you say, with the people coming, I mean, there's a lot of unprofessionalism there. People coming in and their kids coming in and out. It sounded like there was a lot going on in a short amount of time, where there's a lot of change, not just out of the blue, by the way, our coaching session. It's like some random people, then some other random kids. And it's not just unprofessional on one level.
Yeah.
It seems like it's unprofessional on, well, I have to deal with this, now this, and this, and this. And it's maybe a complete overwhelm
definitely,
of unprofessionalism in this setting. And that's why your emotions were just like, okay, I don't know how to, because we go back to safety, don't we?
Yeah.
So for whatever reason, you didn't feel safe.
I've now got to worry about someone's kids that are now running around picking up things, and I'm like, hang on, this isn't part of anything to do with me.
It's not your responsibility. No. But you're in this setting where, again, I felt so much similar. I don't know what to say, because what I want to say would be deemed not okay. And you're trying to maintain something, there's a lot happening. And you're saying you felt rubbish. And I think most people would feel rubbish in a similar circumstance, because there's a sense of, well, there's a lot going on here, and how do I deal with it?
I think you're right. I think a lot of people would feel rubbish. I think the difference is with the likes of us on the spectrum is the strength of feeling, and the strength, the lasting legacy of this, and how it can affect us for weeks, for days.
And even then, if you get another coach, you then might be paranoid and kind of might be say to them, like, look, if you leave, can you let me know? And then they might be thinking, oh, what's she on about? Because they have no thought process on, well, you've been through a bad experience.
Yeah.
For you, that something has affected you.
Yeah.
And you just want to stay safe. Now, the other thing was the trust and respect for people. And you said that you felt sad.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're going to miss that relationship. And that is, again, completely natural. When you've built up that friendship and rapport with someone, like we say, we value that. Yeah. And for that to change, and not even that, for the circumstances in which this person gave you this information was unprofessional on many levels.
Yeah.
And it's a completely natural way for how you're feeling. And it's not a face of, it's not a good way to feel, but it's completely natural. That's a normal reaction. It's almost like whatever chemical reactions there are. I can't think of anything clever right now. But that is what it's meant to do.
Yeah.
So if grass is on fire, you think, okay, we have to put it up. But that's not, because obviously if the grass is drier, that's going to be on fire more than grass that is green. So just think of where the...
What a good analogy.
I'm looking at the grass now, thinking that's going to burn more than the
grass is parched.
The normal people are the green grass, where they're like, we've got a bit of reaction, but it's fine. Well, we are burnt, scorched.
That's right. There's nothing in the bedrock. There's no water tables down.
Nothing.
Green grass has got water underneath, and
if you set fire
reserves
to the straw, that is going to burn, and that's going to be a much bigger burn.
Yes, bigger, yes.
Because of what the components are
of it.
Well, green grass is, you might have a bit of burn, but it's not the end of the world. So this is what I feel we are scorched.
Anyways, scorched earth.
Where it's like any small spark will set it off. And that's nothing there's nothing, you would never go up to grass and have a go at it going, oh, why you know, it's just how that is.
Parched?
Why are you so
Why don't you have any
dehydrated?
reservoirs of water
Yeah, what's
to draw
wrong
on?
with you? That's just how it is. And that is down to circumstances.
An environment.
Which the grass can't do anything about. It's just a normal reaction of how.
We're so affected by the environment, aren't we?
We are very affected by, we are how we are, and any change to the environment can have a detrimental effect, and that is just how it is. And again, when the interesting thing you said was where to go with that feeling. So what do you do with this? Because this is the big question of this. What's happening? What do you do with it? And I think, again, we acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this in another podcast where I think, do you have to react there and then? Because it's easy. You just feel like this is not right. There's a lot going on. And it's easy to be overwhelmed and think, she said something, I now need to say something. But just maybe take that moment to think, this doesn't need a reaction from me.
Not right now, yeah.
Not right now. You could just kind of acknowledge it of, okay, yeah, just a basic thing of, heard you, but you don't need a response right now. Because, what you think then and what you will think in a week, you've had time to process it 1,000 times for 3 hours till 2 o'clock in the morning.
How do you know that's what I do?
And it's having that time to kind of come to the conclusion of the end of, as sad as it is, because it is sad, the end of anything is, you're going to have that grief that comes with the end of whatever. It's come to the conclusion of, that's what it is. And whatever comes next will be not necessarily better, but just, it's not going to be worse. And it's important to kind of think of as a river, the flow of energy. You're kind of like, that's whatever reason that's come to an end. And maybe it's for the better that you find another coach, because maybe this person's met your needs and there's no more further they can take you.
Yeah.
And maybe this is the universal source or whatever you want to call its way of going, that is finished. A bit like my daughter finishing primary school. There's nothing more she can do there. She's come to the end. So for that reason, I said to her, think of it as a video game. You've completed that level. There's nothing more for you to do there. So it's now, as sad as it is to leave that behind,
You're leveling up.
You're leveling up. You're going to the next level. You've got new challenges, new things, and that is what you need. A new coach that will have different challenges, that maybe they'll spot something the other one didn't, and it's moving you forward towards your goal of why you're going there. So it is probably RSD as well.
Yeah.
Of that, you haven't been rejected, but it feels like rejection.
It feels very painful. And I was going to just bring something up on that note. I've heard 2 people mention this, or I've read it and heard someone mention it. The pain of RSD, you can treat with paracetamol. And that sounds utterly crazy, but it's the same pathways. And if you are feeling that overwhelming grief, rejection, or whatever, try paracetamol. I haven't tried it myself, but I'm really intrigued because it's popped up again this week. Somebody else has read a paper about it or something.
Thought about it on Facebook.
And I was like, right, that is something I need to look into. And I was like, that is fascinating to think that pain we are feeling, and it's this whole mind-body connection. So that pain we're feeling from somebody rejecting us or telling us something's ending, we can treat it with a painkiller. It can modify it. I'm not saying it's going to get rid of it, but I'm going to try it.
Well, let's try it, because I was thinking it might work for someone, it might not work for someone else. So see it and see what happens.
But real pain, and you need to acknowledge that, is we do feel a pain when we feel that someone's rejected us.
Yes. Yeah. And I think as well, even if someone says, well, that's not a rejection, if to you it's a rejection,
it doesn't really matter.
It's a valid rejection, because no one can tell you how you feel.
That's right.
That's 100% how you feel. So there's RSD, and I think it comes back to safety, feeling out of control. And again, it comes back to that safety in yourself of, someone's treated me unfairly. I'm allowed to feel how I feel. Every one of your feelings is valid. Doesn't matter what you might feel. Oh, what am I feeling? Oh, this is really big. Or why am I? It's fine. It's absolutely fine. So whatever you're feeling is valid. It's okay. It might not be nice. It's not a nice feeling. It's hard, especially when we have big feelings where we're just overwhelmed with, like, oh God, I just feel like utter crap. And I don't want to feel this way. Why am I? And then you question every single thought you have. I mean, I'm at a stage where my thoughts have thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Like my brain, you just calm down. But it's...
My thoughts are judging my thoughts.
Yes. There's a whole battle there.
Finding them not living up to standard.
So, you know, thank you for sharing that, Claire. And hopefully you'll kind of feel a bit more, it's not right. There's an injustice to it. And you will get a coach that will be the fit for the next stage of your life.
Well, thank you so much, Laura, because that's been so helpful. One is that you've heard, you've validated, you've listened, and I don't feel crazy. I don't feel over the top, but also, yeah, you've made some really practical suggestions as well. So there's things around, the emotions and how that feels, and yeah, it is fine to feel like that, but also, something else has come along,
and the change will be whatever change happens, you can deal with it.
Yeah.
That's,
absolutely.
I think, the most important. That's what I find.
Well, we've dealt with it up to this point.
Yes.
To whatever level, but we've managed. We've managed somehow.
What knows what?
Some weeks are worse than others, but yeah. So thank you so much. That was really helpful.
I'm glad I could be helpful. Right. We shall see you next time.
Bye.